Asa dudes, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on getting a front bumper built on the 93 Ranger build. If you guys haven't seen the last video on this series yet, we did go ahead and get the single swing steering all built and put on the truck. We also got the truck on its weight completely finally, so we are able to start on this front bumper now. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the front frame horns off. I did have a brace in here just to hold the frame rails together while I had all the suspension and everything off the truck. Now we can go ahead, cut all this stuff out. I'm probably going to cut it right here, right at the core support mount. Get rid of all these holes in the frame right here. The reason behind that, there also is a hole right here too. The reason behind getting rid of all these holes is it's obviously a weak point in the frame. These frames come built with ridges and stuff in the frames, so it is a crumple zone. You don't want it extremely rigid when the truck is completely stock, but because we're doing so much work to this truck and because I've plated the frame rail in all the way back already, I'm gonna go ahead, cut this off right here at the core support mount, and then more than likely gonna end up boxing in underneath the mount right there where the hole is, just so that's not open anymore. And then I can go ahead, once I have it cut, I'll be able to plate the front of the frame in, get it capped off, and then we can start on the tubes for the bumper. Ryan also did pick up a new grill for this truck. This is a newer generation grill. This truck did not come with a chrome grill in it, and the design of it is a little bit different as well as what was on here originally. So there is a little bit of mock-up that we have to do for this to get it to fit correctly. I do think this grill is going to look way better than the other one though, especially once the front bumper is built on here and then we have it painted and seal it. I think it's going to tie everything together real nicely. There is a couple issues with this though, like I was saying. I do have to massage both sides to fit a little bit better. All these bolt holes also need to be drilled out as well, but it's just simple massaging things to get this to fit right. This is the original grill right here that was in the truck before, so definitely an upgrade. I think it's gonna look a lot better once it's all said and done. Alright guys, it's day 2 on this front bumper build. Yesterday I did mostly just montage clips of me getting all these tubes put in, but I can go over everything right now with you guys. The first thing that I usually do when building a front bumper is I'll make this main tube first. So what I used on this truck is some 2-inch 120 wall DOM tubing. To get the measurement for that, I just measure edge of the truck to edge of the truck and then add 2 feet to that measurement. So you have a foot off of each end, and the reason you do that is because these bends right here on the edge of the tubing, you need to leave yourself more than you actually need for the bumper, because when you're making the bend, it won't actually bend the tubing in the bender unless you have the extra material on there. Once I had the main tube tacked up and sitting up here on the pipe stands, what I did is I came back in, got these tubes made that connect the main tube of the bumper to the frame rails. I did cap the frame rail off before I added the tube to there, so it's just sitting on a nice flat surface. And then once I had this tube and the tube on that side tacked holding the main tube up, I made this support structure that actually holds the bottom of the skid plate. I made that on the bench. I just took a measurement from the center of the frame rail underneath to the center of the frame rail on the other side. It was 29 inches across, so I knew I could set these posts that I have coming off of the frame I just set them on the bench at 29 inches apart, and then I measured how high I wanted this to be right here, and I actually drew everything out on the table. I had my post sitting there, this was the bottom piece right here. So I just connected the dots and made all my pieces, tacked it up on the bench, and then brought it to the truck. And it's hard to see because it's behind the skid plate now, but it's sitting all up in there. It's a lot easier to do this on the bench than it is to do on the truck because you can make it a lot more accurate. So I definitely recommend that. But that was the next piece that I got tacked up in there. And then I just took the stringers, connected the dots, and then that's where the skid plate sits. So very, very basic front bumper. What I'm planning on doing at some point once he has the light that he wants to use, whether it be Casey Highlights or Baja Designs, I'm not sure what we're gonna run on this truck yet. I'm just gonna do a simple tube that comes out off the main tube. That's gonna be removable. It will be all bolt-in, very clean structure. But that will come when he actually figures out which lights he wants to use. For now, this bumper is basically done. I just need to go ahead and weld everything up and then get a coat of steel it put on here. So we're gonna get started on that right now. I gotta pull this whole front core support structure because I'm actually painting the actual part of the core support. This just holds the headlights and the blinkers and the grill in, and this piece comes out very easily with just 4 bolts. 2 bolts on each side, and this whole entire thing comes out. So be able to paint this black without getting this all painted in nasty paint. So Alright guys, so it's been a little bit since the last time that we filmed and actually talked to you guys. My brother and I have been working on this thing non-stop the last couple days just to get everything ready to go because the truck is leaving tomorrow. But there is rain coming, so I wanted to get this thing pulled out of the garage today, so my brother and I have been absolutely hammering on this thing, trying to get it finished, but it's ready to get pulled out of the garage right now. We're gonna pull it out, drive it around a little bit, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna bring it back, nut and bolt check everything. But it's ready to pull out right now, so we're gonna get to it. Start coming right. Alright guys, we took the truck back to some neighborhoods that we know have some decent bumps. We're just going to test things out real quick, so here we go. Yeah, the rear hits. The rear hits. The rear rubs a little bit. A little, definitely. The front took it like a champ though. We're going to have to pull the bed sides a little bit on the rear. Yeah, it's the rear. The front will take nothing. The front takes anything, but the rear's a little soft. We don't want to hit any bumps too hard because we don't want the rear to rub any more than it has to. But the front feels super solid. Speed bump warrior, dog. Like nothing. Didn't even feel it. Didn't even feel it. What the? Hey, what's up, dudes? What's up, dude? First test drive in the truck. Can't wait. Let's get it. Alright, so we're gonna hit a few of the dips that we hit just testing the truck out the other day. But now Ryan's the one behind the wheel. Yeah, boy. About to test it out. Give her the berries. Let's see it. Yeah, go.
What?
What do you think? You don't even feel it, dude. I mean, it is just literally a speed bump, but from what it was before, it's insane what the difference is.
I've never even driven anything like this, so.
Oh my. Hit it, go, 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 go. Oh man.
Man.
What do you think?
This thing's fun. Little go-kart.
It's literally a go-kart. It's awesome.
Puddles,
puddles,
puddles! Not the puddles. Claremont Street.
We just got done with our little test drive. Ryan's super amped on the way this thing is turning out. We're here taking pictures of the thing. But we just got it up in a little secret spot we know about, all flexed up on the hill right here. But she tucks the 33s now pretty good with the pulled bed sides. Looks really good. So just to go over everything real quick, we got the front fenders mounted, the hoods mounted. We built a front bumper for this truck that came out super, super nice. Everything's nice and tucked up in there. We are gonna come back later and add a light bar or something to the front of this bumper that's gonna be removable. But for now, we got just the main structure on here with the skid plate. License plate's all bolted up there so we don't get in trouble here in California. We also did new headlights, a grille. The beams and radius arms are completely new for the truck. 4.5 inches extended. We did single swing steering, new pitman arm, a swinger on the other side of the frame over there. Everything's coated in Steel-It. 2.5 by 14 inch coilovers and a 2.0 bump stop next to it. We got some limit straps back there as well. This truck is ready to go destroy some stuff for now. I cannot wait. This is probably going to be the end of this build series on the Ranger. The front end was the first step to making this thing into a full-blown pre-runner, which is the plan. The next thing we're probably going to do is going to be a short course link setup on this truck sometime over the summer. But until then, she's minty. I just want to thank you guys for following along on this build. This is the first Ranger I've ever built, so being able to share it with you guys is super awesome, and seeing you guys' support and enthusiasm along the way is also super rad. So thank you guys. If you guys don't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace. We're off.